All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7:35 p.m. on Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. We are live at the Twinsburg Government Center as well as simulcast via Zoom, and I'm going to call the regular council meeting to session. Shannon, please call the roll.
Mr. Bellin?
I'm here.
Mr. Barr?
Here.
Mrs. Walker? Present. Mr. Fury?
Present.
Mrs. McFerrin?
Here.
Mr. Fahey?
Here.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Here.
All right, please join Mr. Fury in the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
We ask for guidance and direction in all city matters before us tonight. We give thanks to be able to be together. Let us continue to strive to make our community a better place. Help us work together that we may give our best always. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and as my last act as President of Council, I would like to move on to the election of a new president. Are there any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Ms. McFerrin for president.
I will second that nomination. Any other nominations? Any discussion? All right, Ms. McFerrin, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
All
right.
Yes, Shannon, do we have to vote? Do we have to vote on it? Okay, Shannon, please call the roll.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Fahey?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mrs. McFerrin?
Yes.
All right. That's it.
Now
I'm in the right seat.
Oh, no, we're staying on
Oh, we're gonna stay here? Okay.
because
all
of
right.
COVID. Can't
Oh,
change.
to the COVID, okay, gotcha. All right, take it away.
Next will be the election of vice president. At this time, I'd like to take nominations.
I'd like to make a motion that we,
Oh,
You have your hand up, Dave?
Yes, I did. I make a motion for Mr. Scabidi to be the vice president.
I'll second that.
are there any other nominations? Jenna, would you call the roll?
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Sorry. Mrs. Walker, Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
yes.
Mr. Scabidi?
Yes.
Mrs. McFerrin?
Yes. Next on the agenda is the appointment of committees for 2021, and they are as follows. Mr. Scafidi will be Finance, Capital Improvement, Public Works, and Public Safety. Mr. Bellin will be BZA, Public Works, Fitness Advisory, and Charter Review. Mrs. Walker will be on the Public Safety, Parks and Recreation, Chamber of Commerce, and Community Relations. Mr. Fury will be on Environmental, Treasury Investment, Community Relations, and Tax Incentive. I will be on Golf Advisory, Finance, and Volunteer Firemen's Board. Mr. Barr on Finance, Public Safety, and Planning. And Mrs. Stoffer will be Public Works, ARB, Twins Day, and Compensation Committee. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes of our meeting of November 24th?
Yes.
Make a motion that we accept the minutes as submitted.
Second?
Jenna, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker? Yes. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Fahey?
Yes.
Mrs. McFerrin?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Mrs. Stopper.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Oh, yes. The minutes, we have the approval of the minutes, passes 7-0. Awards and presentations. At this time, we would like to recognize Mr. Bellin for his outstanding job as President of Council. 2020 has been a very challenging year, and we really appreciate a job well done. We have a plaque for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you, Greg.
Do you have any words that you'd like to share?
No, it was, as you said, it was an interesting year. I don't think anybody had any idea what 2020 had in store for us. It was my absolute pleasure and honor to lead this body. Thank you for all the help and support that all of you gave me during 2020. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Shannon, are there any other awards and presentations tonight?
Sure.
Moving on to audience participation. Shannon, is there any audience participation tonight?
We have no one signed.
Council communication and committee reports. Mr. Scafidi, do you have anything for us?
I have nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Walker?
I have nothing, thank you.
Mrs. Stoffer?
I have nothing.
Mr. Barr?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Mr. Fury?
Nothing this evening, but there's going to be riveting reports from the Environmental Commission coming up shortly. Thank you.
And Mr. Bellon?
Nothing this evening. Thank you.
And I have nothing to report on any of my committees. Next, we'll have the mayor's report.
Yes, and I'll keep this brief. I've sent out some announcements today regarding, snow plowing and some different things around the city, and I just ask everyone to please be patient. We have a storm that's just been hitting our city hard, and our guys are working really hard out there. And then also, we have our community engagement initiative that is going on. I announced it last week. A little more detail, we are going to have an online survey. We're going to be communicating specifically with seniors, getting feedback from them. We've established 10 focus groups, and that's with community organizations as well as each ward that will have group discussions regarding issues in the city. And there's going to be certain individuals they're going to be selected to also be interviewed to give us as much feedback as possible as we move into 2021. I know there's some really challenging decisions that are going to be in front of us, in front of council. And so we're hoping to get as much feedback as possible from the residents through this process to help us with our discussions going forward. So I encourage all the residents to participate in that, and if it's, at least at a minimum of doing the survey once it's online. Look tomorrow, there's going to be more information on the city website, and we will be pushing stuff out through social media. But again, I'm excited about this process. I think it's going to give myself and council some really good resident input as we go into 2021. So I wanted to mention that. And then I just want to thank Greg for serving as council president. I know sometimes it's not an easy task. We've all, most of us have been in that seat before, and it gets very challenging balancing Robert's rules of order along with resident concerns and keeping everything moving as smoothly as possible. But you did a fantastic job, and I know council appreciates the work you've done this year. We've had numerous conversations behind the scenes all year long on just an assortment of issues that has just hammered us in 2020. So this meeting has kind of snuck up on us, but I'm real excited because it is the conclusion of a year and the beginning of a new start. And I'm excited for Ms. McFerrin and Mr. Scafidi as they take over as we move into 2021. I don't know how it could be possibly more challenging than 2020 was, but I say that every year. But I'm excited for what we can do next year. And then I'm also very proud of what our administration has accomplished this year. I mean, we've had a lot thrown at us. It's been challenging, within council itself. It's been challenging, with everything that's kind of gone this past year. And I just want to thank all of you for your hard work. And I'm looking forward to a brighter 2021. And I know we'll get a lot done. So thank you.
Moving on to department head reports. I understand there are no reports this evening.
There are no reports this evening.
And on to legislation, ordinance 95, 2020.
The temporary appropriation ordinance for 2021 approved by council from estimates submitted by the mayor, providing for the ordinary expenses and other necessary expenses of the city of Twinsburg, Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2021.
Ordinance 95, 2020 stands on its first reading, and we will be voting on this ordinance next week. Ordinance 97, 2020.
An ordinance amending section 1323.05 of the codified ordinances of the city of Twinsburg regarding permit fees in the building department and declaring an emergency.
At this time, I make a motion to suspend the rules and place ordinance 97, 2020 on its third and final reading and declare it an emergency. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Fury seconds. The reason for the emergency is we would like to implement the new fee schedule the beginning of 2021. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Shannon, would you please call the roll?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes?
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
I make a motion to adopt ordinance 97, 2020 as an emergency. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bellin, second?
Mr. Fury.
That was Fury.
Oh, Mr. Fury, sorry. Shannon, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes?
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
Ordinance 97, 2020 passes 7-0. Ordinance 98, 2020.
An ordinance establishing salaries, wages, and employment descriptions for certain employees of the city and updating classifications of employees to be known as the salary ordinance and declaring an emergency.
This is on emergency so we can implement it by the first of the new year. I make a motion to suspend the rules and place ordinance 98, 2020 on its third and final reading and declare it an emergency. May I have a second?
I'll second it. Yield.
Mrs. Walker? Thank you. Any discussion? Shannon, would you please call the roll?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes?
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Ordinance 98, 2020, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to adopt it as an emergency. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Fury, seconds. Any discussion? Shannon, would you call the roll?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes?
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Ordinance 98, 2020 passes 7-0. Resolution 99, 2020.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Legal Defender's Office of Summit County, Ohio, to provide representation for indigent defendants.
At this time, a motion to adopt Resolution 99, 2020. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Mrs. Stoffer, seconds. Any discussion?
No, this is just our annual contract with the Defender's Office.
Any further discussion? Okay, Shannon, would you please call the roll?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes?
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
So Resolution 99, 2020 passes 7-0. In terms of unfinished business, new business, and miscellaneous, Mr. Fury, do you have anything?
I'll be brief. Earlier this evening, this mayor talked about an outreach program to hear the thoughts and wishes of residents and how they might balance some of the needs and the wants of the city. I would encourage everybody to take advantage of the survey, and if you're willing, sign up for the focus groups, because we want to hear your feedback. I'd also like to congratulate Joanne McFerrin for becoming our president. Congratulations. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Stoffer?
I actually wanted to just thank Mr. Bellin for the work that he did. I know that you handled this year with, it was a challenging year, and we didn't always agree, but you always showed respect and kindness, and I really appreciate that. And I just really want to thank you for that. I think you did an amazing job, and the residents are lucky to have you as representative. So, and congratulations, Joanne.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Mr. Bellin?
Congratulations, Ms. McFerrin. Congratulations, Mrs. Scafidi. Again, thank you for all the kind words and for all of your support. This year. I appreciate it. Nothing further.
Mr. Barr?
I'd just like to thank Mr. Bellin for his service over the past year. know that definitely you had your hands full with everything we were going through. Congratulations to Ms. McFerrin and Mr. Scafidi. Hopefully it won't be as rocky of a road as we ease on into 2021. We'll just keep hoping for the best and try to stay healthy. I know you're going to do a great job, Joanne. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Mr. Scafidi.
Yeah, I just want to thank council for the nomination and for the vote to appoint me to the vice president for this year. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Congratulate Joanne McFerrin on being our new president to lead us this year. And Greg, I want to repeat Maureen Stauffer's words that the residents are lucky to have you as a representative in your ward. You've done a great job for us. And matter of fact, I'm going to say both of them, Scott Bauer and Greg Bellin, have really been a good breath of fresh air on the city council, and I appreciate both of you. So, but thank you very much for your hard work. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Mrs. Walker.
I would just like to say congratulations to you, Greg, for 2020. You did such an exceptional job, and so now you'll be with us, and you're going to do another great job. We'll have you with us. Also, congratulations to you, Joanne, for presidency, and to you, Sam, vice president. You're both great guys, and you're just going to be doing such a great job. And also, regarding the outreach program that Mr. Mayor has sent out to everyone, so glad you are engaging the residents. They're probably doing flips right now saying, "You finally got it! You know, I got to fill this out to let him know what I want." And I think that's great. I absolutely think it's great because it'll give them a chance to have a voice in it too. So I know it's a giant step for you, but we're going in the right direction. And finally, I just want to mention that there's quite a few people in the city of Twinsburg that has COVID now. And it just saddens me because one person got it, then his wife got it, then I think her dad passed away, and his mother passed away due to COVID. They didn't live with their parents, but somehow they got it, and you know, these are trying times, and it's really sorrowful times that you really don't know what to do. You want to make them a meal, you want to take them something, but you can't go to their house because you don't want it. And I'm just asking for everybody to just pray that God keeps us safe and healthy, that we don't contract it, and just say if we do, that it won't take us out, that it'll be something that perhaps we could tell other people how God has brought us out of this terrible pandemic, and because it's not a good thing, it's a terrible thing, and it really bothers me when I see my neighbors and they can't come out the house, and I call them once a week to make sure they're okay, and I bring them dinners and lunches and leave it on their steps so they don't have to cook a meal. So just keep those people in mind as you go to bed and you think about your life and how healthy you are. Just think about those people and just say a prayer. It's happening all over the world. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor?
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to just echo a little bit of Ms. Walker was sharing, is that, you know, we're getting numbers from Summit County all the time, and we're on the edge of going into, you know, the red level, and we just really have to keep our guard up. I know it's been really challenging this past year and all the precautions we have to take, but, you know, we have a little bit of daylight now that we can see, so I'm just asking the residents and everyone, you know, in Twinsburg and surrounding areas, just, you know, let's keep doing what we need to do, and hopefully, you know, the vaccines will come out soon, and we'll be able to hopefully look back at this and, you know, soon. That's my goal. And that's it.
Shannon, do you have anything?
Just that we are doing a Santa Super Safety Force surprise. All the spots are filled up, but if you would like to make any canned food donations or toy donations, there are boxes in both Fire Station 1 lobby and the police lobby. So if there's any residents that would like to donate, you can still help the community that way. That's all.
Oh, Mr. Maestro, sorry, you are with us. Do you have anything for us tonight?
Thanks. I just want to congratulate Mrs. McFerrin. I know you'll do a great job. Mr. Bellin, thank you for this past year. I agree with everybody up there. You did a great job leading us. And that's it. Everyone stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
So I would like to thank you all for your confidence in appointing me your president or electing me. And I'm looking forward to working with everyone and also Mr. Scafidi as the vice president. And Greg, you have big, big shoes for me to follow after. So thank you. Thank you for your leadership. I did want to talk about meetings for the first quarter of 2021. Since next week is going to be our last meeting of 2020, I didn't know if we wanted to discuss now whether we should meet in person or do Zoom or wait till next week, but I did want to bring that up because I know some people had some concerns about, we don't know what COVID is going to be like, so if we want to have any discussion now or talk about it next week, but I wanted to bring it up.
I think it's a take it slow and see what happens. I don't think, I'm not ready to make a decision on January meetings at this time
Okay.
personally, but I'll go with the group, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, I brought it up that I thought maybe after this meeting, I wanted to finish out this year, in the council chambers. But right now, it doesn't look like we're going in the right direction. As the mayor said, we're hinging on the red zone there. And I know that they keep saying that after the holidays, we're going to see the surge after the surge. So I thought that it might be best for us to go Zoom for at least the first month or even the first quarter to see how things go. But again, like Mr. Fury said, I'll do what the crowd, what the group wants to do. But I just thought that would be a good thought.
No, that's what the schools are doing, right? We're going virtual until the 18th, right? Yeah.
To when?
I don't think, yeah.
The school is going to go virtual,
Yeah, remember.
at least for 2 weeks
Yeah,
after they
for 2 weeks
return,
after.
just
I
to
mean,
make sure.
Yeah, so we have next week on the schedule, and then we're off until, what, the 12th or 13th of January, the way it stands?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
So there's some time to think about it.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'd prefer an in-person meeting, just because I like seeing
Yeah.
everybody. I think it's easier to get things accomplished.
Mhm.
But I'm like Mr. Scafidi and Mr. Fury said, I'm flexible, and we just kind of play it day by day, see where we are maybe in a few weeks. I'm fine either way.
We also had a chance to review the council rules. And so at this time, do we have any discussion on that? I have a motion to approve the council rules as submitted by the clerk for discussions at the caucus meeting on 11/24/20.
I'll second your motion.
yeah, I have no additional changes. I appreciate all the work that everybody did. No additional changes for me.
Nothing for me.
Good.
Nothing.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll call the
Okay,
roll.
so do I call roll?
Ms. McFerrin?
Yes.
Mr. Fury?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoffer?
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Scafidi?
Yes.
Mr. Bellin?
Yes.
So the motion passes 7-0. I think that's everything. We have no absent members to excuse, so our meeting is adjourned at the official time of 7:59. Thank you.